I feel like these lists that we get, like I love that we get them from Tech Gaming.
Yeah.
.net. I feel like they're untrue on the number of PlayStation releases.
I was waiting for this
because
you bought something on the PlayStation for $1.
No, I didn't yet. I may consider it just to see, like, just for research sake. But with the new launch of PlayStation Plus, I was in the PlayStation store yesterday, just kind of like looking around like you do, right? Like, hey, let's see what all is on here. Let's see what deals are happening.
I do that often, yes.
What new games are out? And it is every bit as much of just a crap fest in there as the Switch store. Like Switch has a little bit of a lead, I would guess, but there are, like, I found this weekly release series from Breakthrough Gaming Arcade, and they're 99-cent black and white games that are sports games that are loosely based off Bible verses. So, what? Yeah. So
like you go fishing and you catch one fish, but then you put the fish down and it becomes 10 fish.
No, that would be actually related to Bible verses.
Oh, okay, just checking.
So just to give you an example here, there is a game called Softball, and then Breakthrough Gaming Arcade after it. But all of them are just like, here's Softball, and then I'm like looking at the attract screens, right? And one of them is just this screen, and just black screen with white text on it, and like a baseball up in the corner and a stick figure baseball player at the bottom. And it says, this game's lesson is, if you watch a baseball game and a softball game, you may think they are the same. But if you look closer, you'll notice that there are differences between the two sports. It's the same thing in life. You may think you know what a person is going to be like based on how they look on the outside, but no two people are the same. God has made every person unique and special. Check out an example of this in 1 Samuel chapter 16, verses 6 and 7 in the Bible. And it's just a game, like, it's just this crap little black and white, like, softball game. I don't understand what's going on over PlayStation.
You're saying there's no quality control? They're at Nintendo
it requires
levels?
A minimum of 23.4 megabytes to install.
It's hardly even software, is what you're saying. It's just like a small collection of bits.
Is there any game to play? Do you actually play softball? And
I think it's like it's probably like a Game and Watch version of softball. Softballs are falling and you're trying to waddle your guy over to catch them.
I mean, that sounds okay to me. Game and Watch. If they came out with Bible cement mixer, I'd be on board.
But this is like, it's like front and center. Like, if you're just looking at new releases on the PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's like screens of this stuff. Like, I took a screenshot and sent it to you guys. I don't think I have it right now.
You did. You sent it.
I sent it to you. I don't have it on my phone. But it's just like rows of this stuff that is just like
garbage. Just
absolute garbage.
The games that you sent that are considered PlayStation 5 games are, let's see. You have Broken Mind, the Milky Way Prince, the Vampire Star.
That's one game?
Yeah. Webbin Blocks, which I think is a ripoff of that. What's that game? 356? Is that what it's called? The one where you move the blocks around to make the numbers. You know what I'm talking about.
13s or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You have another breakthrough game, horseback riding. You have the Jumping Hot Dog Turbo Edition.
Oh, there were so many of those. You can jump so many foods on PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
there's hot dogs, there's pizzas,
there's Burger Fun, there's Unicorn Break, is this say the Spidey D?
That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Spidey D.
Deep Diving Adventures. That's what you sent. That's the last one.
Right, just a random assortment of titles. They're just like, why is this?
And mixed in there is the King of the Fighters 98.
Right, like one actual game, maybe two actual games in a 2 rows of the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, lots of jumping food. You
Yeah.
want to be a hot dog? We got the game for you.
Wait, are you jumping? Are you the food or are you jumping
the
over
food.
food? You're the food.
You're a jumping piece of food.
PlayStation 5. Now
very
you
like-
are the food.
Like 1992 Sega Genesis. If there's something that could jump on something, they're gonna make a game where you're that thing that jumps over things.
With the power of the PlayStation 5, anything is possible, including jumping fruit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, it's a pineapple man.
Wow.
Way to
we
go.
did it.
It's the cool pineapple.
Yeah. There's some of this on the Xbox stores too, but it just doesn't seem as not quite as prevalent. It's still there, but just not.
It's in a different
not
section,
as.
maybe?
I don't know. I don't
You
know. if
gotta
they
sort
hide
of
it
gate
somehow.
off that stuff, I feel.
I think Xbox might get away with a little more because I think people really look up what's new on Game Pass before they look up what's new in games.
But it's probably not in the, don't you think?
But
Like,
those games aren't on Game Pass, so they kind of fall through a little bit.
Xbox has a bunch of, budget games like that too, but I feel like they're not in the main store, maybe? Uh-oh, Wombat's yawning again.
No,
I am
there's some
yawning
in the main
again.
store.
It's been a
I just
long
don't
day.
think-
Oh, wrong
just-
song.
It doesn't seem as much, but it's getting there too. Like they're piling up these games. The other thing I noticed that I was looking at all these different PlayStation Plus tiers, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there looking in the store and I'm like, oh, okay. I see some of like the PlayStation 1 games that they've added to the store. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like it's nice that you could go in and buy like Toy Story 2 for PlayStation 1 for $6 or whatever on there. It's nice that they're like supporting their old games in a way that you can buy. I thought it was just like, oh, we're gonna stream the old crap on that top level. Like
Yeah.
we're not gonna actually.
Toy Story 3 is the game that you want to play, by the way.
But that's fine. I just having Toy Story 2. Like you could play Worms World Party. There's several
Is Pain on there? I meant to look up. I couldn't
don't-
find that.
I don't know. Maybe probably. But the thing that caught my eye too though was like some of the games you can't buy. Like Mr. Driller and Tekken 2 and the original Resident Evil, the only way you can download and play those is if you subscribe to the top tier of PlayStation Plus. Like there's no other way to buy them.
You think that's converting a lot of people to that tier of PlayStation Plus?
Is the first Resident Evil, like the remake, is that still on Game Pass? If so, then I don't know.
It just seems
Mm-hmm.
it seems like not a great thing to have in your store. Is like, again, don't show me the games that I can't buy that I have to subscribe to. Like that's not a new release to me.
But that's like a marketing ploy. I feel like there's going to be more games like that in the future. I think that Sony thinks that's a strategy to get you to convert you to another tier member, higher
I
tier.
don't like it. I know that.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because when I look at the games, like the available games, the first thing that it shows for me is always Ape Escape, which I can't play. Like it's like, oh, you want to play Ape Escape? You got to upgrade to play the original Ape Escape.
See? Told you.
But if
Why?
I don't know. But if I want to play Returnal, Returnal's right there for me. Which I
Right.
did, by the way. I did play Returnal.
Right.
That's right there for me. I can
Yeah,
play.
it's a marketing thing, Ship. They just want to convert people. That they're right already. They're like right into it, right? They can't even wait to fucking upsell you. Like they can't even wait a week. Like when did all these tiers launch? I mean, maybe you let people get settled in first and see how they like it before you fucking start trying to trick them into with Ape Escape.
Yeah, I don't know. I was clicking around like this can't be right. Like I'm on Mr. I own Mr. Driller. Like I can play it. It's
Still great
it's not-
loss, by the way, if you can't
Yes.
play. Yeah.
Exactly. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, maybe I'd buy this digitally just so I could have it on the PS5 to play. And so I'm like clicking around and like going through all the different screens and everything. I'm like, there's no way to buy this, is there? It just seems really unfriendly.
Well, Sony's sort of, it seems like within their MO, doesn't seem like that, outside of what they would do.
I could understand it if it was like part of like the cloud service, because it's like, oh, this is a different service. Like there's a reason why I can't play this on PlayStation 5 I have to pay up for that service. But this
Right.
is just like a game that's on their store.
They want you to get the, what is it? Premium.
Yes.
They're gonna try. Maybe one day, Ship, they'll earn your dollar, your extra dollars.
I mean, I don't think, I think the extra is not a bad value proposition. The premium seems
Extra is actually, I think, is great so far. Like I said, I played the DLC for Spider-Man. I started Miles Morales. I started Returnal.
How's
I mean,
Returnal?
Returnal is okay. Like I said, I don't. It's not like I played hours of it, but it seems very samey. Like
It's pretty
I mean,
hardcore, right? Isn't it like a third person shmup sort of?
it's a third person roguelike where you're on a planet and every time you die you come back and you have to go back and start over again on a procedurally generated planet. But it seems like, I mean, again, maybe I just need to get further in it, but it seems like it doesn't change much. Like, is it all just that kind of black goop world no matter how far you get? Because it seems like it's just black goop world and you're fighting, like, I don't know, uninspired aliens.
Right.
Like, oh, look at this one. It's blue. This is blue blob. Go
But
shoot
doesn't
the blue blob.
It's known for its visuals, I thought.
It looks good. It's not that it's a bad looking game. It's just kind of, but there's nothing, like, it doesn't jump. It's lots of black and lots of goop. I don't know. It's not it's not the aesthetic that I'm looking for, at least not in a roguelike game where if I die, I'm just going right back to that same black goop world again.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Like if I knew I was going from black goop world to a different world, or maybe when it relaunched with a different sort of environment, that might make it a little bit more interesting. But to start over again in the same sort of uninspired background, I don't, that at least that's what I thought. You played it, Chip. What do you think? Am I wrong?
I haven't played it yet.
Oh, I thought you played it.
I have not played that yet. I own it. I have not got around to playing it.
Ship has not been inspired by the PS5. He's not been drawn in. Even despite its huge size, you think just by its huge size, you'd be drawn in just by the gravity that it creates.
I mean, I play it on a regular basis, but a lot of the time it's playing it with Dashel, and we're playing Spider-Man, we're playing Ratchet and Clank, we're playing Astrobot, and that PlayStation 4 Kamen Rider game that we're getting ready to finish for the 4th time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I did check out the Radiohead KID A experience that's only on the PlayStation 5. Also.
Oh, you did? Okay, I did it on PC.
That thing's cool.
It's very good, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
Crazy.
I mean, it helps if you like the songs. So,
right.
But yeah.
Cool.
Yep. I just stayed in the big gelatinous tube that plays the bass line from National Anthem for like 5 minutes.
I did the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I did the whole thing also. I'm just saying, I did that also.
It's cool.
Like I went back after I finished it and just stood in the meat tube. Do.
I'd love to see more of that from different artists.
Well, I mean, Epic bought Harmonix to do stuff like that, I assume.
Right.
Epic also bought Bandcamp, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I don't know that Harmonix worked on that though, did they?
No, they didn't. I'm just saying they
stuff like that
made something like that before they bought Harmonix, and then they bought Harmonix. It just seems like they should be making more things like that,
right,
with other bands and other cool albums.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.